On the words of the feds, I was considered the largest steroid operation to ever exist in U.S. history, generating well over $36 million in annual revenue.
So let's board a flight back in time to New York, where young Richard grew up on the streets of Staten Island.
My upbringing was very rough. My father was addicted to gambling to the point where he would throw away practically his entire life savings. I mean, he would sell his kid for a game of poker. So when my mom left my dad, it impacted us substantially. She had to go to like shelter homes just to procure a bed for her and I to sleep. I never really had a chance to see my father again. And I felt like I lacked love, like I wasn't worthy enough of my father's attention. So my mom put me in Taekwondo, and I loved it. The competitive atmosphere, fighting, and every Saturday, some form of tournament. But the people that are beating me are kids that are like practicing half as much as me. So I confronted my sensei and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why these people have way more stamina than me? It just doesn't make any sense. So he told me it's because these guys are enhanced in taking vitamins.
Vitamins? Is that what we're calling it?
So I was like, I want what they're taking. And that's when I was exposed to the world of performance enhancement drugs. At that time, I was taking steroids in oral form. But pills are harsher to your kidneys and liver, especially when you're taking it like several times a day, where certain injections, you're only gonna be taking it once a week. My wife did not know anything with respects to the amount of money I was making. She would question me. I would tell her, it's like, I have a line of supplement lines that are completely above board, which I adore.
So, how does a seemingly normal guy end up on the radar of the DEA? Let's rewind this story back.
First time I ever used meth, it completely changed everything. After a few months, I think that my mom started to think that something obviously was going on.
My friend at the dealership called me and said, Shawn's not doing good. You know, I think Shawn's using, he didn't show up for work. And I thought, well, here we go.
She really starts to push on me and says, Shawn, I think you should join the military.
I thought the military has strict rules and they're disciplined, and this is how he's gonna shine.
I actually fully agreed with her, felt like that was the push that was really gonna get my life going in the right direction. After boot camp, then they gave me a week off. I went back to Texas and immediately was running around thinking that I could party and have fun and still be able to get it out of my system before I went back. Sure enough, as soon as we pull up to our barracks, they round everybody up and made us pee in a little cup. 1 month goes by and we're training in the field one day and they called me, Serfass, get over here. Immediately when they said my name and called me, my stomach just dropped. I knew what was coming. Basically, they told me failure to adapt to military life was how they discharged me. I told my mom the truth very fast. I could tell she was disappointed, but she still said, hey, it's another mistake, but we'll figure out how to get through this.
I just thought, well, okay, now what?
How does the prom queen from high school end up as the meth queenpin of Rome, Georgia?
I was 18 years old. I had been working at the mall, and I had this manager. When I tell you I had never met anything like her before in my life. I mean it. Like, she was a wild one. One night, we are leaving, and she's walking out with all of this merchandise. And she tells me that she is trading that merchandise for methamphetamines. So I'm like, okay, like, I'm just gonna try it one time. I mean, what can one time hurt, right?
One time. You tried things like oysters one time. You don't try meth one time and think it's not gonna hurt.
I am on top of the world. I can do anything. I am unstoppable. It wasn't even that I was thinking about selling drugs, that I had several people reach out and ask me, did I have anything?
Hold up, Jennifer. Drug dealer is not a step up from drugged out stripper.
So I went to Dustin and I was like, hey, can you front me a 1/4 ounce?
Wait a minute. Who's Dustin? Oh, you mean this guy?
At the time, I was dealing drugs, and that's when I met Jennifer. She just got good vibes off of her all the time. She was easy to get along with.
Not long after that, he and I started dating each other.
A match made in meth heaven.
We had just gotten back with a pretty large amount of meth from Atlanta. We're at the trailer, we're in there smoking, and we've divvied it up. And when we're getting ready to leave, I take the 1/2 pound of meth and I put it in the dryer. And we leave.
Yo, that's a weird stash spot, but I guess do what works for you, Jen.
We go out the driveway, down the hill, and all of the drug task force is lined up. So the police pull us over. And they're asking me to step out of the car because I have a warrant. If they find this dope, it's over with. Like, I'm going to prison. I never get Madison back.
What I found out about the drug business, the more money you make, the easier the money starts to come. You know, once you're making $3,500 a week and you're saying, well, you know what, I might as well go a few more months and stack a few more dollars. I was in the game 8 to 9 years. I had a pretty good stint in the game. You know, most drug dealers only last about 4 or 5 years. The way the cocaine business works is if you stay in the game, you constantly escalate up. I started off with 3 grams. The first year, we may have gotten up to a 1/2 pound of cocaine. Next year, we were up to 15 pounds. Mom had always taught us to pray and ask God for what we wanted. So that's what I did. I tried it. And when cocaine came my way, I felt this was the best blessing that I'd ever had. By the time I was 24, I probably was doing $1 million every day, and 200,000 was profit. I'm selling drugs all around the country. I got a crew of 50 guys, and life was good. My last 2 years that I was actually really like grinding. The first of the month, we would do like $3 million. Second of the month, we do like $2 million. And then it started to go down every day after that until the 15th. 15th, it would spike back up to $3 million. Those are days that the welfare checks came in. How much money I made over those 8 years? A lot. I can tell you that. I started to question my motive, you know, should I be selling drugs? But then, you know, I would come up with the logic that if I didn't sell it to them, somebody else would. I still felt that people who use drugs were weak.
Rick didn't go to prison because he was careless. It's because of the people he let into his life cold.